Hey everybody, it's great to have you with me here today. Today I want to talk to you about the fact that the battle is not yours. What do I mean by that? Well, in Second Chronicles chapter 20, there is a great story about a king, the God's people, who was facing insurmountable odds. There were armies coming against him that there was no way he was ever going to be able to defeat. And the Bible says that he was terrified. That word terrified means terror stricken. It means petrified, or as we would say, scared to death. And so, what did he do? Let's read this. In Second Chronicles, it says, Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek the Lord and proclaimed a fast throughout all of Judah. Have you ever felt so terrified that you just did not know what to do? You were just petrified? I'm sure some of you feel that way right now. I mean, life in our future is so uncertain on a personal, national, and even a global scale. But what you do with your fear will determine your outcome. What we do with our fear right now will determine our outcome. So let's see what he did. He turned to the Lord in fasting and prayer. See, that is a choice. You have a choice when you fear. What are you going to do with it? He turned to the Lord. He could have turned in different directions and looked for other sources and help, but he didn't. He went straight to God. And the way he was seeking him was through fasting and prayer. And he also then, it says in that chapter, 2 Chronicles 20, that he prayed a promise that God had made to them years earlier. So he's fasting, he's praying, and he prayed, God, you said that when we were in trouble, that if we would turn to you and call out to you, you would rescue us. That's exactly what we're doing right now as we're on day 3 of our 10-day fast, fasting for our nation, fasting for God's mercy on us. We're not manipulating God as though that was even possible. We are humbling ourselves and asking for God's mercy. And how did God respond to them? It says, well, it says that God says this. Oh, well, they said, we have no power against this great multitude that is coming out against us, nor do we know what to do, but our eyes are upon you. God told them, this battle is not yours. You see, once you turn your situation over to the Lord, it becomes his problem too. And then he begins to get involved in your situation. They said, this thing is way too overwhelming for us. We don't know what to do. Look, we get answers from different answers from multiple sources all day long about what we should be doing. That's why we need to have our eyes on God. And that's exactly what they did. And God came through for them. Now, they had to do their part too. It's like one of my teenagers yesterday said, life is so much easier when you ask for help. I said, that's going to be the title of one of my upcoming sermons. And it's so true. And that's what they were doing. But my son still has to do his part. Well, they started to do their part. God said, go out onto the battlefield and position yourselves for battle. But then God wiped out the enemy without them even having to lift a sword. Look, you may feel overwhelmed in your life right now on a personal level. And you're like, I don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. Don't be afraid. Fast. Pray. Seek God and keep your eyes on him and ask him for help. He'll give you something to do. But the bottom line is, once you turn to him, it becomes his problem too. And he will come and rescue you. And he's also going to rescue our nation as we fast and pray and seek his face. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.